2 centuries ago, our planet was a very different place. The year was 1825. The world was alive with creatures thriving in vast landscapes untouched by human expansion. Today, we journey back in time to witness the animal kingdom as it was 200 years ago. In North America, the skies darkened with the wings of the passenger pigeon. Billions of them formed flocks so massive they could take hours to pass overhead. On the plains, mighty bison thundered across the grasslands in herds stretching to the horizon, a sight few living humans will ever see again. Across Africa, the savannas teemed with life. Elephants, lions, giraffes, and zebras roamed freely in landscapes scarcely touched by cities or fences. The balance of predator and prey played out in endless cycles, just as it had for millennia. In the oceans, giants ruled. Whales, still recovering from centuries of whaling, moved in great numbers. Coral reefs were vibrant kingdoms of color, home to countless species, glowing with a brilliance that dazzled early explorers. In the dense jungles of Asia, tigers stalked silently, and orangutans swung through untouched rainforests. On remote islands, strange and rare creatures thrived, from giant tortoises of the Galapagos to exotic birds that fascinated naturalists of the time. 200 years ago, the Arctic stretched in a vast, unbroken expanse of ice and snow. The air was sharp and pure, carrying the distant calls of ivory gulls gliding effortlessly above the frozen ocean. Here, polar bears, lords of this icy realm, traversed the floes in search of seals basking near breathing holes. The light was otherworldly. In winter, the sun barely rose above the horizon, painting the ice in hues of pale gold and soft violet. In summer, endless daylight revealed an explosion of light. Walrus herds crowding the ice edges, narwhals slicing silently through the frigid waters, their long tusks gleaming in the midnight sun. The Arctic of 1825 was a kingdom of resilience, shaped by cold and ruled by the creatures who could master it. Across the East African plains, a thunder like distant drums rose on the wind. It was the sound of millions of hooves, wildebeest, zebras, and gazelles moving together in a migration so vast it seemed endless. In 1825, the migration was a force of nature untouched by fences or roads, a ribbon of life stretching from horizon to horizon. Rivers became gauntlets of survival. Crocodiles lurked beneath the surface, their eyes breaking the water just long enough to choose their prey. Above, vultures circled, awaiting the inevitable. Yet, for each that fell, thousands more pressed on, driven by instinct older than memory. This was not just movement, it was survival, spectacle, and the raw pulse of life itself. Under the relentless Australian sun, the outback of 1825 was an untamed wilderness where survival meant adaptation. Kangaroos bounded effortlessly over red earth, their shadows stretching long in the golden light of dawn. Cockatoos and budgerigars filled the sky in great swirling clouds, their calls echoing across the scrublands. In hidden waterholes, platypuses surfaced briefly before vanishing beneath the rippling surface, leaving only circles of light. Dingoes patrolled the edges of campfires, their eyes glinting with curiosity and caution. This land was both harsh and beautiful, where the unforgiving heat forged creatures as resilient as the desert itself. In the year 1825, the Amazon was a cathedral of green, its canopy towering like the vaulted roof of a living temple. Every branch, leaf, and shadow pulsed with life. Howler monkeys' deep, resonant calls carried through the misty air, mingling with the high-pitched chatter of parakeets. Jaguars moved unseen along riverbanks, their rosetted coats vanishing into dappled light. Butterflies of impossible colors drifted lazily through beams of sunlight, while beneath the surface, giant river otters hunted in coordinated harmony. The air was warm, damp, and heavy with the scent of rain and blooming orchids. The rainforest of 2 centuries past was a labyrinth of life, mysterious and unbroken. In the shadow of the Himalayas, the year 1825 revealed a realm of extremes: scorching sun by day, bitter cold by night. Snow leopards moved like whispered secrets along sheer cliffs, their thick fur rippling in the wind. Below, herds of blue sheep grazed cautiously, their eyes always scanning for danger above. The thin air carried the sound of rushing rivers, fed by glaciers that glistened like crystal under the midday sun. In this vertical world, every movement was measured, every life adapted to the thin breath of the mountains. The Mountain Kingdom was a test of endurance, and its inhabitants were masters of survival. As we look back, may we learn to protect what remains, so that 200 years from now, future generations can still marvel at the wonders of the animal kingdom.